Hi.
Hi.
Today we're going to talk about therapist training. Now, it's not something that we may have been trained on what to do or taken courses on how to train therapists, but it's a big part of our job because we'll be working with therapists who may be new to the field, may have more experience, less experience, and part of our job is to get them to know how to carry out programs, how to manage behavior. So we're going to talk about some of our tips for therapist training.
So when you're thinking about or talking about therapist training, think about the behavioral skills model. So there's 4 steps to the behavioral skills model. There's instructions, there's modeling, there's rehearsal, and there's feedback. We've memorized that. Most of us have anyways, but what does that actually mean? Number 1, you want to be able to give clear and concise instructions in terms of what you're expecting from them. And giving them instructions saying, okay, first this is what we're going to do, but also tell them why. So you need to set up a clear and appropriate SD. Why? Here's the behavioral rationale behind this program. We're teaching this program because. Once I find that therapists have that rationale behind it, there seems to be a lot more buy-in in terms of, oh, now I understand why you need me to teach the program exactly like this. The second step is modeling. So a lot of this is, hey, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you how to do it. Some of that is because I need them to see exactly how I'm doing it, because sometimes instructions aren't always clear. But the second reason is because I always say that, if we can't do it ourselves, then the therapist can't do it either. So if I'm not capable of taking 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 clickers and clicking and taking data all at once, then I can't expect a therapist who's only been in the field for 6 months to be able to do that. So I want to make sure that by modeling, I'm showing them that, look, at this is the way to do it, but also, hey, you know what? It is actually doable. Look, I can do it, so you can do it.
And then having them jump in and try. And when we're having them try, remember the behavioral principle of shaping. So the first time they try, it might not be perfect. It might not be exactly the way it is. But when they're trying and when they're showing the behaviors that you want, remember to shape and reinforce the approximations that they're making or the efforts that they're making. And then hopefully over time, you could be shaping the closer approximation to the behavior that you want them to be showing. So it's a very similar style of shaping that we're doing with our students. We're really doing with anybody who's interacting with those students. And then the other thing to remember is that we'll often go in and observe a therapist working with a child or a student where it's just us. And the therapist could feel really intimidated, and I've had them, tell me that, like, I'm really nervous right now, and they feel like I'm being judged, and we try not to be intimidating, and we try to make it as friendly as possible, but realistically, we're sitting and watching everything that they're doing with the child. So something that I've learned over time is always start with something positive. It's sometimes hard, but finding something small that the therapist did really well. It could be something like, I like the way you always smiled with the child, and you're able to understand what they need, and then you can go in and give them some constructive criticism or feedback. But always start with something positive, because it is an intimidating situation for them, and we should understand that.
The other thing that I always tell therapists when we go in to observe is I say, listen, try not to be nervous, but it is normal to be nervous. But I'm not watching you, I'm watching the programs. And I'm here to make sure the programs are run properly. And it's the programs, not you. And that seems to ease some type of anxiety that they have, because it's not about, oh, it's your skill and you're the one who's doing these programs, so I need to improve you. It's, oh, I'm improving the programs, it's okay.
Yeah, so that 4th step of the BST, which is the feedback, try to come up with something positive as well as something constructive that they could do better, and then follow up with that next time. So that's going to be what you're looking for next time, and that's where the shaping comes in, because you'll be, then giving them the next step and the next step after that. So overall, just remember to be positive and give them that modeling and that shaping that they need to become better therapists.